Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real today. In this world where people move fast, relationships come and go, and distractions are everywhere, you need to know how to recognize when someone is truly waiting for you. See, a man doesn't always speak it out loud, but his actions will scream it if you know how to listen. If he does this, he's waiting for you. When a man slows down his lifestyle for you, it's one of the clearest signs that he's waiting. You see, most men are naturally driven by motion. They move fast. They chase opportunities. They're always looking for what's next. From the time we're young, we're taught to run towards success, to keep grinding, to never stop moving. But when a man meets a woman who touches something deeper in him, something changes. That constant need to run starts to calm down, and he finds himself willing to slow his pace, not because he's tired, not because he's lost ambition, but because he's finally found something worth stopping for. That's what you need to recognize. When a man starts shifting his lifestyle, changing his priorities, making time where there used to be no time, it's because he sees value in you. Slowing down doesn't mean he's lost himself. It means he's gained perspective. Before you, he may have been living in the fast lane. Late nights, constant hustle, a schedule that left no room for anyone else. But with you, he starts to say no to things he would have automatically said yes to. He starts carving out time for conversations, for dinners, for moments that may seem simple but mean everything. A man who used to live with no pause button suddenly presses pause. And that's not an accident. That's intentional. When he slows down, it's not just about having more time to spend with you. It's about the energy behind it. Because a man can have all the free time in the world and still not give you attention. But when he rearranges his world so that you can fit into it, that's a sacrifice. That's the statement. He's saying, I want you to know I'm not too busy for you. I'm not too distracted for you. I see you as part of where I'm going. That kind of shift speaks louder than any words ever could. Think about how hard it is for a man to break his patterns. Men are creatures of habit. If he's used to moving a certain way, keeping a certain routine, surrounding himself with a certain crowd, it takes something powerful to make him stop and reevaluate. So when you notice him slowing down, when you see him choosing to stay in rather than go out, when he gives up things that once defined him just so he can create space for you, that's a sign that he's waiting. He's not just interested, he's invested. He's not just curious, he's serious. And here's the thing, you won't have to guess it. It will show up in little ways. He'll turn down opportunities that will pull him away from you. He'll take calls later because he'd rather talk to you in the moment. He'll leave behind habits that don't serve the life he's building now. That's not random. That's a man saying, I found what I was searching for and I don't need to run anymore. Sometimes women overlook this because it doesn't always come with big speeches or dramatic gestures. But pay attention to the pace of his life. If it used to be nonstop, and now you see him slowing it down, centering it, and making sure you're a part of it, you're seeing proof of where his heart is. Men don't slow down for just anyone. They only do it when they feel like they've met someone who makes it worth the shift. This is the kind of waiting that doesn't always look flashy, but it's real. Because it takes strength for a man to resist the pull of the world and choose instead to stay still. to stay focused, and to stay patient. When he slows down, he's telling you that he's willing to wait until you see what he already sees. He's letting his actions speak, because words are easy, but consistency is rare. And when you recognize it, you realize that slowing down isn't about losing anything. It's about gaining everything that truly matters. If he makes space for you in his future plans, you mean more than you think. Because let me tell you, most men don't talk about the future with just anybody. They keep it to themselves. They stay guarded, and they don't let everybody into that private part of their vision. A man's future is sacred. It's tied to his dreams, his goals, his identity, and his sense of purpose. So when he starts letting you in on that, when he talks about where he's going, and you hear your name in the middle of it, that's not a casual conversation. That's a signal that you've become part of his vision. It doesn't have to sound dramatic. Sometimes it's the small things that reveal it. He'll say, when we go there instead of when I go there. He'll say, next year we should instead of next year all. That shift from I to we is everything. It shows that in his mind, the future is no longer a solo act. He's not picturing himself walking that road alone. He's picturing himself walking with you. And that's one of the strongest ways a man can show he's waiting, because he's making room in his plans before he even knows how everything will unfold. Understand this. Men are planners by nature. Even the ones who look like they don't have it all together, deep down, they know the direction they want to move in. So if he's bringing you into that space, it means he's already decided you're worth the effort it takes to prepare for. He's not just living for the moment, he's building for something bigger, and he wants you to see yourself in that picture. That's not just interest. That's intention. Now, a lot of women get confused because they hear men talk about their dreams all the time. But pay attention to the difference. When he's talking about what he wants to achieve, that's just him expressing his ambition. But when he starts putting you in the middle of those goals, when he includes you in his blueprint, that's when you know you're not just a part of his present, you're a part of his future. And trust me, that's rare. He might tell you about the house he wants to buy one day, and instead of saying, I'll have a big backyard, he'll say, we'll have space for the kids to run around. He might tell you about a trip he's been planning, and instead of saying, I'll go to Paris, he'll say, I can't wait for us to go to Paris. Those words matter. Those subtle shifts mean he's already set aside a place for you in his mind and in his heart. And here's the deeper truth. When a man makes space for you in his future, it also means he's cutting off other options. He's not leaving room for anybody else to walk into that spot. He's not scattering his energy or keeping backups in case things don't work out. He's locking it down. He's saying, this is the life I'm building and I want you in it. That's powerful because it takes commitment to imagine a future with one person and stand firm in that choice. It's also a form of patience because he's not telling you this just to impress you. He's laying down seeds for something that will take time to grow. He knows life doesn't unfold overnight, but by speaking it out, by weaving you into his plans, he's letting you know that he's willing to wait for the right moment when everything lines up. He's willing to move at the pace that makes sense. But one thing is clear. He doesn't want to move without you. So when a man opens that part of himself and makes you part of his vision, don't underestimate it. That's not just conversation. That's a declaration. It's him saying, I've looked at where I'm going and I see you right there with me. And when he does that, you don't have to wonder if he's waiting. His plans already told you the answer. When he protects your peace, he's showing commitment. You see, a lot of people talk about love in terms of big gestures, expensive gifts, or loud words, but real love isn't always loud. Real love is in the details, in the way somebody shows up for you when life gets heavy, in the way they make it their mission to shield you from unnecessary stress. And when a man does that for you, when he makes sure that your peace of mind comes first, that's not just affection, that's commitment. A man who truly cares will notice things other people overlook. He'll see the stress on your face when you're trying to hold it all together. He'll notice the silence that comes when you've been carrying too much. And instead of adding to your weight, he'll do whatever he can to lift it. That's not because he's trying to play hero, but because he knows peace is priceless. He knows a relationship isn't just about romance, it's about creating a safe space where you can breathe, where you can rest, where you don't have to fight every battle alone. When a man protects your peace, he chooses his words carefully. He doesn't tear you down with criticism, he builds you up with encouragement. He doesn't dismiss your feelings, he respects them, even if he doesn't fully understand them. He doesn't pick fights just to prove a point. He finds solutions that bring calm instead of chaos. That kind of behavior shows maturity. It shows that he values the connection more than his ego. And that's what commitment looks like in real time. Sometimes protecting your peace means he'll take on challenges so you don't have to. He'll handle situations, shield you from negativity, and keep drama far away from your space. Other times, it's quieter. It's him just listening when you need to talk or giving you space when you need to recharge. It's him knowing when to step in and when to step back because both matter. Protecting peace isn't